All right, welcome back. We are now continuing our breaking news coverage here on several wildfires burning across the region. There are still level 3 go now evacuations in place near Elk, which is north of Chattaroy near the Washington-Idaho state line.
At this hour, we know the fire has burned more than 8,000 acres. We also know several homes have been lost. We have KREM 2 team coverage on this fire as well. Cody Proctor is at the evacuation center set up at Riverside High School. We start though with our Janelle Finch, who brings us the very latest from the Department of Natural Resources. Janelle?
Mark and Whitney, you may be able to see just how smoky it is around me here in Elk. The Washington Department of Natural Resources says this smoke is making it difficult for firefighters to see what's in front of them and contain this fire. With low humidity and high winds, Friday's weather conditions set the stage for a wildfire to spark and take off.
We had that perfect condition for anything to start a fire, and then we had the wind that take any fire start and makes it spread very, very rapidly.
By Saturday, that fire spread to more than 8,000 acres.
Running more towards the east, then the winds shifted and it started making a big push to the south.
Guy Gifford says winds died down by early Saturday, but smoky skies created a new challenge.
Can't see the column, we can't see the normal indicators that we use to see what the fire is doing and where it's going.
Smoke is even making it hard to see the flames. But what Gifford can see is the damage the fire has already left behind. Its destruction life-changing for some.
30+ structures have been lost. We don't have an estimate on primary versus secondary.
Even with other large fires burning in eastern Washington, Gifford says plenty of resources are supporting firefighters.
Like this truck here.
Some just getting started.
A little over 60 firefighters with more, actually some more just rolled in.
So far, no word yet on how the fire started. The American Red Cross directed evacuees to Riverside High School for shelter. Gifford said it's possible people may not be able to return to their homes for several days. That is, if there's a home left to return to. Live in Elk, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
All right, our Cody Proctor continues our team coverage. She is joining us live from that evacuation center at Riverside High School in Chattaroy. Cody, what have you learned out there tonight?
Well, Mark and Whitney, what I have learned is that quite a few people have been out here seeking refuge from the Oregon Road fire. Some of them started to arrive as early as last night. According to the shelter supervisor on scene here, when I spoke to her, she said last night when they opened up, they had 150 people waiting at the door. And even this afternoon, they were feeding 200 people here at the scene. Other people came in this morning, some of them forced to leave their homes behind, but others actually brought their home with them. Anthony Erickson's Saturday began with a rude awakening after getting word they needed to evacuate the Oregon Road fire burning near Elk, and fast.
Going into a little bit of a panic mode, trying to figure out everything you need to take with you and what to leave.
Erickson says they managed to leave within 20 minutes since all they had to do was hitch up their tiny home and drive.
Everything we have is just right there. We just hooked up and left.
They're not the only ones. Several people made their way to Riverside High School, many of them camping out in cars and RVs, some with their pets.
Potato was scared.
Charlie and Linda Love also arrived at the high school Saturday morning after getting several evacuation notices.
2 this morning, and they said, you got to get out now. Done.
The Loves managed to grab their cat and dog and a few other important items, but...
What did you all have to leave behind?
Everything.
Everything?
Yeah. Too much.
Now they're just waiting for word on when or if they can go home.
It's hard to leave stuff, but you can replace some of that stuff, but you can't replace lives.
As for Erickson and his family, their next steps
Just hang out and see where it goes.
Will depend on the fire. Now, I also did speak to one woman here whose family also sought refuge at the evacuation center. She says she had just found out that her and her family had lost their homes after they evacuated. She did not want to go on camera, but she did say they weren't sure what their next steps were going to be. However, I have also seen a lot of support here at the evacuation center in the form of hugs and donations. The on-site shelter supervisor even said they have received so many donations, the next 3 days at least are being taken taken care of by vendors, by restaurants in the area. And she did also confirm to me that they are now taking people and allowing pets, or people with pets, to come to the shelter. So that is here at Riverside High School. Reporting live in Chattaroy, Cody Proctor, KREM 2 News.